Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everyone. It's Thursday. I hope y'all having a good day. Just wanted to hop on to do a quick video. I was talking about maybe doing a little Bible study or just kind of sharing the thoughts of what I feel that God is showing me in Genesis. So I wanted to go over just a little bit and then continue to come back and share a little more. So I'm starting at Genesis, the first chapter. I'm going to start at verse 24 and go up to, I guess, 31. So I hope it's not too long, and I hope that you can get your Bible out and kind of look at it with me. And I'm going to read, and then I'm just going to share a few points. And there's so much richness in this if you're just going back because we're starting at the beginning. Okay, so let's get started. So we have Genesis 1, verse 24, and I'm going to go to verse 31, and then I'm going to go to chapter 2 and read a few verses. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. And God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals, each according to its kind." And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kind, the livestock according to their kind, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground." Then God said, "I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food, and to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds in the sky, and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it. I give every green plant for food," and it was so. God saw that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning. That's the sixth day. So I'm on chapter 2. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. So I read that from, this is day 6. Now it hasn't gave all the complete information about, making Adam. He was just talking about what he had made on the sixth day. What I found interesting is that he said that, have dominion over the animals, the creatures in the sea. It never stated that we have to have dominion over people. I say that because a lot of times we're thinking that we can make people do what we want them to do if they're not, living up to the expectations that we want. We want to have dominion and try to make them change or make them do things that they might not have the capacity to do or might just not want to do it. So we don't have dominion over people. We have dominion over all the other things on this earth. So don't get upset with people when they don't do what you want them to do. Maybe they don't have the capacity to do it, or maybe that's not what they even supposed to do. And know that we can't have dominion and we can't change people. We're supposed to love people. We're supposed to, because they're made in our likeness, God's likeness and his image. So when you see a person, you see that that person was made in God's image and likeness. So we're supposed to love them, not have dominion, or not try to have power over them, or not try to make them into something that they're not. So that's one thing I've noticed, where we have dominion, but over the creatures, over the things of this earth. If things are not lining up, God told us we can speak to the mountain and tell the mountain to move, because that's on the earth. But we can't tell people or make people do what they don't want to do. So we don't have dominion over that. Another thing I've noticed here, and still asking and praying that God will help me understand this. God blessed them. So even before the foundations of the world, God had put these blessings in place. He made us in his likeness and image. So that means that we can do some of the things that God has done, and he already blessed it and said that it was good. He always wants us to be fruitful, so we should always be multiplying in what we have. So if you have a business, it should be multiplying and providing for others. It should be growing. If you have a family, it should be multiplying and growing. Not that if you want to have a lot of kids, that's perfectly fine. But it's just with those kids, they might produce other kids, and they might produce other kids, and the legacy grows, and it grows, and it should be always bringing forth fruit, which is good. And I notice in here it says that every plant, every thing has a seed within itself. And it kind of reminds me of now a lot of people I hear talking about that person who has the same energy as me. You want to be around someone with the same energy. It's the same like kind of seed that you have in you. So like if you're a business person, you'll want to be with another business person, because they have that same energy, the same seed they're trying to produce, what you're producing. Because you can't walk with someone that's not like you, because it seems like a house divided amongst itself is not going to work. So if you're going in one direction, another person is going in another direction, you're usually not going to get to the same place, because you're going in two different directions. So that seed that's within you, it could be, even someone just taking on your weakness, and they might have a strength in that, or you might have a strength in a weak part of them. So God has blessed it and created it in the scriptures, even in chapter 1, even before we knew we were even going to be here. So he had already blessed it. He already put seeds in us, or things that we need to do, giving us purpose to do it. So some people are singers, some people are dancers, some people are sports. Whatever that seed is that God had planted in you, it's already in you, and it's blessed already before the foundation, before you were even here. So it is that everyone has a purpose. So don't think that, oh, my purpose is not like this person, I can't do like this person. That's not what you're supposed to do. God placed whatever seed or whatever purpose or whatever gift that he has in you for you to be able to use, and then for you to be able to produce it and share it with others. I once heard, I can't remember which pastor it was, but they was talking about the person had the gift of healing, so he would be able to pray or lay hands and people would be healed. But he had a sickness that he couldn't seem to get healed of. And that pastor was saying the gifts are for everyone else. So it's not that his gift would heal him. God might send someone to bless him and heal him, but the gift that's in him of healing is for others. So we're supposed to be sharing that gift. We're supposed to be pouring out the gift to others. So that will be that seed that we're sharing, and it's of its own kind, because there's no one just exactly like you. You're like more than one in a million to God. So he created you for a purpose. He gave you dominion. He gave you his likeness and image, so you can create things. You can speak things that are not and see it happen. So all these things, if you learn the nature of God and all that he is, we're made in his likeness and image. So he's given us that power, that authority, that dominion to bring forth these things. So even in these scriptures here, it's telling you how great you are. Even before he's even mentioning Adam, he already blessed it. So he already blessed you to do what you need to do and stuff. So I just thought this is wonderful. It's a lot of more meat in here that we'll kind of be going over, because you can see where he gave him dominion. He gave him provision. He placed them. He gave him his wife. He presented it, and he placed them together to do a purpose. He gave them goals to do. He gave them a place to be. So sometimes you think, why was I born in this city in New York or wherever you were born at? There's a purpose behind it. God knew that you needed to be in that place, so you learn to go ahead and find out what that purpose is through God by asking him. Who would know better than the Creator would know what you're called to do? So if you go into the Word and you find, you seek, you ask, and you pray, and let God reveal these things to you, because he's already blessed it. And the reason why I did the first part of 2 talking about the 7th day, God had finished all that he had did in those 6 days, and the 7th day he blessed and he rested. Sometimes we go, and we don't take the time to rest and refresh. By the time you finish with your 6 days, the 7th day is a time for you to rest, refresh, renew yourself, think about what the blessings that you have done in the 6 days. We all need rest. If God rested, that shows that we need to rest too. So if you would slow down a little bit on that 7th day, because God had finished the work, he blessed the work and made it holy. So take some time to have your 7th day as a holy time of rest, to be refreshed. I know with young people, as kids, usually we make them, they take the little naps, and they seem like they get up and they refresh and they start going. And I guess as you get older, you want to take a nap so you can get refreshed, so you can get rested. So on that 7th day, stop doing your work. Make that day holy, a time of coming together, even with the people you love, your church family, seeking God on that day, and just having a time to reflect and refresh and renew yourself. Because if God rested, we need to rest too. Because all that we see in the Word and what God is doing, if we do the same thing, we can have that purposeful and fruitful life that God has ordained, even in Genesis chapter 1. So I don't want to go any farther with that, but those are a few things that I was studying, and I'm having God reveal some things to me. And take the time to read it, Genesis 1, and then we're going to go to Genesis 2, and see what God reveals to you, and maybe just share, because what you can perceive or whatever you can get out of that word might be different, because we're all different and we grow and we learn. We might be in different places, but it might be something that will bless others. So that's what I love to do, is to encourage and bless others. So I want to try to read the word, get understanding, and then share what God is revealing to me. So thank you for watching. I hope you can get on my YouTube channel, because I'll be sharing it as I do these Bible studies, and I hope you can join along. I hope you can encourage someone by adding your words and adding what God reveals to you about the scriptures. I love you, but God loves you so much more. And remember what I always like to say: encourage someone, kiss someone, hug someone, love someone, give someone some flowers while they're alive. Be an encourager to someone. It might not mean a lot to you, but it can mean a world to someone else. I love you, because some people don't even hear that, but I do love you, and I pray that you have a prosperous and wonderful and blessed evening. All right, bye.